I made a decision. I'm selling my Sony A7C II. And it's kind of tough because there's a lot of things that I actually do really love about this camera. It is compact, it does travel really good. I really enjoyed using it. It's 33 megapixel sensor and it produces some great image and great video with the 4K 24, 4K 60. And I've been using it with the 24 to 50 G lens by Sony, and I really just enjoyed just the process and just carrying this thing around with me everywhere. It's just very compact, and there's a lot of good things that I could say about this camera that I have enjoyed with using it. But with all the great things that I do enjoy about this camera, there's definitely some shortcomings that really I could not get over, and not necessarily that they're bad things, they're just not what I want in a camera. So we're gonna go over those things. Firstly is the size. It is a pro, but it also is a con, especially for me. You know, I have bigger hands, and this thing just doesn't fit that great in my hands. It's not that comfortable to hold on to. I always feel like I'm gonna have to drop it, and if I don't have my cuff, I'm really kind of insecure walking around with this thing just, you know, handheld without some other strap or something of the sort. It doesn't feel that comfortable in my hand either. Even with the little extension on the cage here, I just still feel like it's really not all that comfortable just for my hand size. So size being a huge factor, I actually don't mind the size and dimensions of a full frame mirrorless camera. I actually feel like it would be better. They're really not that much bigger, but just that little extra bit on the grip, length and depth definitely just make you feel like you're holding on and a little bit more secure on the camera. Next, I really don't like where the EVF is on this camera being on the left side here. I definitely prefer a full-size mirrorless camera where they're centralized. It's just a preference, really. It's not the end of the world. I think the EVF on here is plenty good, and you know, as far as being able to see in bright days and everything like that, I think the quality of it is really good. I just really don't care for the size of how small it is and the position of it. I kind of wish it were just centralized, even if it were on this smaller camera, and they maybe move the hot shoe over to the left-hand side. But I could see some issues with that as well. But I just don't really care for where it's at, and I just kind of just wish it were bigger. I think it'd just be more comfortable for me. But it is a smaller camera, and that's what it's made for, so it is what it is. One of the reasons I did pick this over the Sony A7 IV, just for the time being before the A7 V comes out, is just because I wanted to touch base with all of the new features that Sony has to offer with the auto framing and all of the autofocus features that this has. Another thing that's not been a huge deal to me, but it is something I do think about regularly when I do go out to shoot, is the single memory card, SD card slot on the side here. The Sony A7 IV has two, and I'm gonna guess the A7 V will have two as well. And it hasn't been a huge issue, but there has been times where I didn't feel like I would be able to stay out much longer or get all of the video that I possibly needed. And sure, you can get a huge SD card, but I kind of just like the idea of having a backup card in there as well. There's nothing worse than going out and getting a shot and loving it and having a fear, or you know, the card going corrupt and losing, you know, valuable footage. So I definitely would love a dual card slot. And along with that, while we're on that side of things, I do want to start using more of a monitor with my videos for YouTube here. And you know, the mini HDMI port, everyone knows, is terrible, and it is what it is. It's a smaller camera, so you kind of have to give that up. But with that, I would love to see, or would love to use a full-size HDMI. So it's not really been a huge con for me, but in the future I could definitely see the mini HDMI being an issue for me. And that's what I'm trying to do, is get equipment that I can use for a long time. And I think that's one of the issues with the A7C II for me, at least, is I'm trying to expand and grow. And I see a lot of limitations with certain things that are going to kind of bother me in the future. So I figured I might as well sell it now and just kind of wait for the A7 V to come out and grow for the next few years with that camera. And really, guys, that's what it comes down to. It's more so that I just can't see using this for the next 3 or 4 years and growing my YouTube channel, whereas the A7 V is coming out right around the corner, and I have this listed for sale, and I just happen to get somebody that is interested for the price point that I want. So I might as well sell it now and, you know, wait for that A7 V to come out to continue growing the photo adventures on this channel. And I'm really excited to do that. I've had a blast making the videos I've been making with the Sony A7C II, and I appreciate you guys watching them. And if you have any questions about this camera, I do really enjoy it, and I would love to still, talk about it. And if I had, the extra money, I would probably just keep this along with as like a B camera to the A7 V, but it's just not feasible or practical for me to do that. So I'm going to sell it and use that money to get the A7 V when it does come out, and continue to grow the channel with the videos that you've been seeing in the more recent history. But let me know if you guys have any questions on this, or continue to watch the videos, and I will answer everything I can to the best of my knowledge. And if if I don't know the answer, I will find it for you guys for sure. But I look forward to the future, and I've been just blown away at really how good this camera is for its size and its price point. Sony's doing a great job, and I think the future of Sony is bright. So I'm going to be sad about this one. I think that I will miss it. I will miss some aspects of it, and I think sometimes I probably will miss the small form factor of the Sony A7C II and this kind of style of camera. But I'm also excited to go with the full-size mirrorless camera as well. I was just holding an A7 IV the other day, and it felt just great compared to this in my hand. So let me know what you guys think. Am I making the biggest mistake ever, or do you think it's the right move? Comment below. I will see you guys on the next one.